What's going on, Blues? Welcome back to Life as an Evertonian. And Merry Christmas. Hope you had a fantastic day yesterday, all you Blues. Um, Boxing Day today with only one Premier League fixture. It certainly does feel weird, um, not to have a full fixture list on Boxing Day. Just it does. It don't seem right. It doesn't feel right, but it is what it is. Everton play tomorrow. This is our pre-match preview for the game against Burnley away. What to expect from this, Blues? We know where we are in terms of players who are injured, players who are at the AFCON. There is players that need to be stepping up now. I personally think over the last couple of games, the likes of Charlie Alcaraz, I know we've been playing against a better opposition in terms of playing Chelsea away, and obviously Arsenal. Really tough fixtures. But I personally think the likes of Tiraburum had a really good game last week against Arsenal. I think he showed his quality. I think his levels are increasing and getting better. Him working alongside Jimmy Gardner. I think when he came in initially, when Idrissa Gana Gueye was suspended, he struggled. But listen, it's always difficult when you're coming from out from the cold and you haven't been playing. And I think Tim needs those games and he's going to get them now. For me, he's going to be a starter. But in terms of Alcaraz, I think his ball distribution has been really poor in these last couple of games. I don't think he's grabbed his opportunity. Is this going to be his last? Not so much last opportunity, but we have Merlin Roll who's come back now. Could Merlin Roll adopt as a 10? Could he be like that Mariam Flanene? Could he play in a deeper line with Jimmy Garner and could that push Timmy Aburam on? Just to adopt that number 10 role because, we're limited in options. But does Moyes go with Alcaraz for this game against Burnley? For me, this has to be the opportunity now for Tyler Diblin to start. Let's take the pressure off the lad. I'm sure he's not feeling pressure. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. He looks a confident boy. He's a quiet lad, but he's confident in his ability. I've seen this lad play on numerous occasions for Southampton. For me, you could see his levels. But it is all about levels. It's about where his levels are at now. But he needs that chance. And having Tyler on that right-hand side just offers a better balance. I don't want to see Dwight McNeil in that role. I don't want to see it. I always wondered last season, could it work? Because he's a player who likes to cut in on his left peg and he could strike some decent balls with that trusty left peg. But it's not happening. He's too predominantly one-footed on that right-hand side. And just the balance is all wrong. To be honest, Dwight probably plays better as a 10. So he came on, didn't he, against Nottingham Forest and did all right in that 10 role. So it's all food for thought in those areas. I think standard, we could see Jimmy Gardner at right back, but because we're limited with options and numbers in the middle of the park, I think Jimmy's going to be there as that number 8, that holding midfield and number 6, that type of role alongside either Tim and Merlin Roll. And then obviously will Alcaraz get that chance again? I rate Alcaraz. He's a good player. But obviously those levels of games that we played, he's done well with the press and he's grafted and tried. But every time he's been on the ball, his decision making were poor. His passes were poor. And it's not just Charlie. It isn't. But you're in a key role there. You've got to knit the midfield with the attack. And he didn't really offer anything in those 2 games. Obviously he came on, didn't he, against Chelsea. Jack Grealish looked a little bit laboured in the last game. Looked a bit tired. Looked like he was still carrying something. Let's hope he's galvanised himself and he's a little bit more match fitter. And it's a game that Jack Grealish can be very instrumental in for Everton. I think it's going to be standard Mikolenko at left back. Jake O'Brien at right back, and the two centre halves, Michael Keane and Tarkowski. Obviously, um, those two players going back to their old club of Burnley, and Jordan Pickford in goal. Up top, it could be a chop and change kind of moment for Moyes. Barry's had some games consistently, but could he revert back to Beto? He well could do. Um, Personally, I'd start with Barry again, but I won't be surprised if that change is made. But for me, honestly, and probably for all of us now, Blues, we want to see Tyler Diblin, and there's some games coming up where this lad should be integrated in now. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. It's going to be a tough game, but we've got a run of fixtures where Everton can pick up some points. And it is about those players stepping up now. They've got to step up because, you're missing Keenan Dewsbury Hall, who has been a superb signing for us. He really has, Blues. He's been really, really good. Consistently, the levels are getting better from him. Started well with assists and goals. And obviously, Iliman Ndiaye is a huge loss. And I really do hope Senegal go on to win the AFCON. I'd be really pleased for both Idrissa and Illy. So, we can expect if they go on, they go to the final, we're going to be missing them until after the FA Cup game. So, yeah, boys, I'm going to leave this one there. Again, Merry Christmas to everyone. Jude came on the other night on Christmas Eve and he did a little video, his first video. He's only 9. And just giving his thoughts and opinions on this current Everton team and how he's been watching Everton for over the last 3 to 4 years. And he feels that we're improving, and he's right. We are. We're getting better, Blues. Window by window, we're going to improve. The January transfer window is upon us, and I think it's important that Everton are active in this window. I know Moyes has played it down a little bit recently, but I do. We need numbers in the fullback areas. We need some quality there. We need some quality in the centre of the park, in midfield, and we need another attacker. Whether some players will be going out, the likes of Azanu, I've seen that he could be going out on loan. You know, could a deal get done for Beto going back to Italy? But Everton need to bring someone in. Rumours in regards to Dwight McNeil going to Forest, but they're just rumours. Moyes has kind of squashed them and played them down. But Dash should be interested in bringing him in. He would. Dash just would. I feel that. So, it's about what the player wants. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I know he's contracted to Everton, and Everton can get a good deal. Then you can see it happening. My wife got me this. I wanted this. I wanted this shirt, the Roma shirt. Wanted to get it because just the respect of the Free King Group's taking over Everton, and I wanted the actual shirt of the season where they've done that. And I really do hope Everton move into this quality of shirt. I know Liverpool are sponsored by, the sponsors are Adidas, etc. But just such a nice quality fitted shirt, and Castore and Hummel, they're all right, but yeah, just a really lovely shirt to have. A kit looks so much better as well without the shirt sponsor. I think Chelsea, obviously, they're a club who do it without the shirt sponsor in the middle. But just a really nice shirt. So, yeah. Blues, I'm going to leave this one there. Just thought I'd throw that in. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Click that bell to turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every time we upload a video. There's no reason why Everton can't be going to Burnley and picking up 3 points and coming away with a clean sheet. If we set ourselves up to be really difficult to break down, trusty centre halves, being solid in the fullback areas, and let's hope for a little bit of quality in that final third, whether it's from Jack or Tyler or Charlie or Merlin or, Timmy Aburam or Jimmy Garner. Can he express himself a little bit more? And let's hope, the best for whoever he starts up front. Let's be all right to be. Let's see Everton improve from some set pieces as well. I think we've been really poor on set pieces and corners and free kicks. And it's time we improve there. We've got a big team. Do you know what I mean? We really have none of this flapping handball. situations we need to be on it and to come away with 3 points away against Burnley. Up the Toffees, Merry Christmas, Happy Boxing Day, and I'll see you in the next one.